Good evening, my friends. How are you doing? Today we will discuss about breathing and the types of pathological breathings. So basically, we have four types of pathological breathings, and I will tell you what does they mean. Look, normal breathing. This is respiratory amplitude. Normal breathing, normal inspiration, and this downward graph is normal expiration. Normal inspiration, normal expiration. Then we'll talk about pathological breathing. We have pathological breathing Cheyne-Stokes breathing. We have Kussmaul breathing. We have Biot's respiration, and we have paradoxical breathing. Now I'll tell you what does it mean. Remember, it does not matter which course you are, first course, sixth course, seventh course. Just understand it and remember it. Here you need to know what does they mean, what does the breathing means, and in which disease they are found. That's all. So you don't need big concept here. So whether you are in first course or sixth course, you can uh, understand from this video and note down it in your notebook. So look, Cheyne-Stokes breathing is characterized by, look here, gradual, the graph is increasing gradually. It is gradual hyperpnea. The depth of respiration is increasing gradually and then again gradually decreasing. And after this there is a period of apnea, means absence of breathing, increasing gradually, decreasing gradually, and absence of breathing, and the same cycle continues, and this cycle takes place about 32 seconds to 2 minutes. So this is Cheyne-Stokes breathing, and this Cheyne-Stokes breathing is found in stroke, or in case of heart failure. In two conditions this breathing is found. Kussmaul breathing is found. What do you mean by Kussmaul breathing? Kussmaul breathing is just hyperventilation in response to acidosis, in response to metabolic acidosis, in response to diabetic ketoacidosis. It's just hyperventilation, just increase in depth of breath, E inspiration, E expiration increasing. See here, in these cases we find Kussmaul breathing. And there is Biot respiration. Biot respiration is found when there is damage to the pons varoli, and this respiration is catered by hyperpnea. There is increase in ventilation, hyperventilation, and then respiration stops, and again hyperventilation. Periodical hyperventilation alternates with periodical apnea is the Biot respiration. It is found in trauma to the pons varoli. And paradoxal breathing. Paradoxal breathing is found in case of affleal chest. Affleal chest means when you get multiple trauma in your thoracic cavity, a part of your rib cage will be disseparate from your rest of thoracic cavity. Look, and this detached part of chest will now moves independently in opposite direction. For example, when you inspire the air, what I mean, your normal thoracic cavity will get expand, will move outward, but this detached part will move inward, and vice versa. When you expire, your thoracic cavity will move inward, but this detached part will move outward. So this is the paradoxical breathing. It is found in case of flail chest. It means multiple ribs trauma, and this breathing is very painful breathing. Believe me, it's very painful. I will show you one sample question and you should answer me. Look, you were sent by your anesthesia resident for pre-anesthetic checkup. You notice Kussmaul's breathing. It is suggested of very easy question because it is Kussmaul breathing. What does I say? It is the hyperventilation response in case of acidosis. So the answer will be diabetic ketoacidosis. See here, Kussmaul, ketones, urea, salicylate, sepsis, methanol, aldehydes, lactic acidosis. Overall, they are all because of acidosis. So acidosis, diabetic ketoacidosis, or normal simple metabolic acidosis. Kussmaul breathing means, look at the definition of Kussmaul breathing. Look, are you seeing it? Hyperventilation response in response to metabolic acidosis, ketoacidosis. Because acidosis means what? You have a large amount of CO2 in your blood or large amount of H plus in your blood. So our body